Um, all right, so from the bottom of the A class. Okay, so these are some of the people from that one raid.
Yeah, there's. I mean, they're all E class over here, so
Yep.
I just put them there.
Okay. Idris, original Idris, and then you got the new leader of the association.
Okay. Yeah, so
Is that the only
it
form of him?
stated no. There's him when he gets the monarch that the monarch he fought before he fought Biru. What's his fucking name? Your goat, your guy. The guy who you just said is above the architect or the statue with Biru. I don't remember who you said. I don't remember his name.
Baron.
Yeah. When he has his sword, he is in mid S rank. That's where I have him. Then I have his like final like level. He's in mid monarch.
No, no,
He
but
was fucking
I'm talking
broken.
about the. Are you looking at my screen? Or oh, hold on, let me share my screen. Hold on, my bad.
Oh no, I'm looking at my list. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, check my screen. So, well, if you're looking at the list, yeah, it's the same shit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, so
Yeah. So
I'm talking about
the
at the top of the A rank. You got like the you got Idris and then the
chairman.
nigga who is the new leader of the
Yeah.
association.
Yeah.
I'm questioning why do you have him above Idris?
Because Sungdin Woo explicitly said when he met the Igris that an A rank hero would have the capacity to beat him, and the only A rank that he had came across at that point in time was him.
But then we saw all the other A ranks that, like, for example,
Well, that's what I'm saying. The chairman is explicitly said to be like the upper echelon in the highest of the A rank, which is why he's there. And that's Wu's only perception of an A rank at that point in time would be him, and obviously he's just the strongest. But that statement obviously doesn't apply to the other A ranks, which is why I don't have him above. Also, it's because Wu directly said when he fought the Frost Elf, not the Monarch one, just the other one, that Igor was so stronger than him then, and he's obviously way stronger than the other A ranks. I just didn't feel like
wait,
making
hold
another
on,
A
hold on,
rank
hold on,
too.
hold on. You said it's okay. Okay, I think I remember. I remember that exactly. Them saying that the
I can see you just gonna have it. He said, "The way I am now, if we fought, I might be, or we might be equally matched." And then he said, "Or actually, he's a little stronger."
talking about the ice elf.
No, I'm talking about Egret himself. I'm saying the Wu beside him is obviously significantly above the A class, other A classes, as he very clearly performed against the Ice Elf, whereas the A class, who is right after the two suited guys, was also obviously A rank, and he was considered a fairly strong A rank, but he was very clearly below Wu. But at the point in time where Wu made the statement, the only A class that he had came across was literally the one who's stated to be the strongest. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying his basis for saying that Egrid would lose would
Okay,
be
but what I
based off of the.
remember during the fight with the ice elf is that Sung said that, like, if I think this is when it happened, that if Idris would have fought him with his sword, he would have been fucked. Is that when it
Yeah,
happened?
at that point in time. But he said currently, now that I've leveled up, if we were to fight, we would be evenly matched.
And then he
I
corrected
can just
himself, saying maybe he would be a little bit stronger.
a little stronger, yeah. That's why I have him so buff.
I
The
don't know
Wu that
because
fought
I'm still
him,
considering that.
the Wu that fought him, like the Wu that fought Egrid, like in the dungeon, and the one that is making that statement are two completely ones. That's why. Is that the confusion? He leveled up like extremely between those 2 points in time.
Okay, okay, that's the confusion. Because I was gonna say the Wu that we have in third place in tier A, I was gonna say is the one that beat the ice elf at the bottom of tier S, but
Well, he makes it pretty evident that he couldn't beat the IOs under typical circumstances without aid of his army. So
yeah.
he also was losing the fight majority of it until then with help.
No, he jumped them.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's blah. But this same one explicitly says like he's not S rank yet, And then he says when he met when he fought Vulcan, he reflects back on meeting the Beast guy, and he's like, "Yeah, now that I met him, I now know that I have just reached S
Yeah, we
rank."
did get a few quotes like that throughout where he was like referring to like S class and A class, like it
Yeah,
kind of like
being like,
reset your frame of what your strength is.
yeah,
All right, all right. I think that's justifiable. I think yeah, for sure. I still think it'd be a fight
I can't stand this scam. Wait, what? Between who?
between the new chairman and Idris.
Oh yeah, I think he's. Yeah, I think he just only barely edges. The only reason I even have him above is purely because of that Wu statement. He's just like vaguely above.
All right. So then pushing on to low S rank, Vulcan is like probably one of my favorite fights, bro. Like it was quick, but that shit looked raw, bro. Like,
It was, yeah.
I fucked with it. The Wu that you have right above him, that's the one that beat him?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I got every other person above him off. Like I don't think any of the S class can beat Vulcan. Nobody in this low S
Okay.
class.
So I just said what? So that Wu just said he had only now just barely reached S rank after meeting S rank. He himself puts himself at the bottom of S rank.
Hold
Now,
on.
if you want
You're saying
to
when
say-
he said that quote?
Also, I said when we started this tier specifically is not ordered because I don't
Okay.
care to
Okay.
some.
All right, bet. So it
But
doesn't matter.
I do believe that he would be at the bottom per his own statement.
Nah, I can't, bro. Like he had to summon Tank's shield, bro, in order to defend against him because he was so fast. That's how fast Vulcan was. Not to mention how big and like, bro, nobody can compete against him. Nobody.
Okay.
All right, moving on to mid. All right, because mid S rank, you didn't just you put some effort into that one, right?
Yeah, it's pretty explicit. Everyone in that tier very clearly has feats to put them above the ones below. Or statements.
Damn,
The guy at the very top
simultaneously
simultaneously took out 2 S ranks, and then she is considered the ultimate warrior and pretty blatantly scaled above the others when they were fighting.
I'm talking about
S rank.
mid S rank,
That's what I'm talking about.
but you don't have any girls.
So I said the
in
guy
S
at the
rank.
top of it beat 2 or heavily outclassed 2 within the lowest rank tier with his powers casually, and they very explicitly admitted inferiority to him. And then beside him, the ultimate warrior performs consistently, significantly better than anyone in the tier below when they were going against the S rank ants
Facts.
or the ants in general. The guy beside him, I'm giving the guy beside him the benefit of the doubt per his own statement. You don't have to take that seriously. But Igris is in that tier because he has Baron Sword and can harm him. And then he also, in his base form, should probably be comparable to an S rank at that point in time.
I think they said that.
Yeah, he said it when he fought Baron.
Okay.
He said he's reached. Was it 8? No, he said S rank. I think he did.
I think he may have said that when he was on top of Kaisel, so it may have been after the Baron fight.
Yeah. And obviously he has that sword. Even like without that sword, because that sword's obviously a significantly larger boost to his power. So if he's already relative to S rank without that sword, then with it he's obviously a significantly large margin above. And he also harmed Baron with his sword, which I don't think anyone in the tier below could do. So
now, okay. The Russian Orlov, like you have Chahe and Kargilin above Orlov.
the Russian guy with like the gravity thing or the spatial shit.
Yeah, like he was supposed to be able to like
He
hold
didn't do
back gates and shit. Yeah, but his potential was up there, bro.
Right, so I'm ranking this off of feats and statements, not ambiguity.
Okay,
maybe
but
he could be
the
high.
statement supported even more, bro. Like he
No,
was
they
talking-
don't. All he did, right? So he did that. Where does that scale him, and how does it scale above them?
Okay, but I'm saying like he got the whole like over like what's the term, like overwhelming odds scenario where like the opposition that he faced wasn't anywhere near his level in the first place, so it made him seem like trash. But he was still a crazy nation level. He's probably the most defensive
He's
nation
the
level hunter we've seen.
Oh, He's not nation level. What the fuck? He's literally S rank. Also,
Orlov? Nigga, they said that nigga's nation level.
Are we talking about the person at the top of mid S?
Yeah, the top of mid S, yeah.
Yes, he is S rank. It's not national level.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna put it up right now, bro.
I can literally pull up the first panel where he's in it. It literally says it at the bottom of the
He's
page.
nation level, bro.
Okay. If he is, then obviously he'd move up. But I recall his like disaster level box saying S.
Bro,
I actually think I have a
on the wiki it says S, bro. But they made a big spiel about him being nation level in the fucking manga. That's the whole point of him coming
did
through.
it.
Bro, this nigga was supposed to be an Andre comparison, bro.
Yeah, it says it's S because that's the rank. It's literally like when he. I don't want to say when he first appeared, but like when he's sitting down. I think in that picture or one of the frames within that chapter, it literally gives his title. And the only feats he has is he clapped 2 people from the tier below, but everyone within the tier above can replicate that by statements.
Bro, these niggas was I think even the chairman himself was pushing this nigga as fucking no, it wasn't the chairman because it would have been
You're thinking about
Japanese.
something completely different. Don't do it.
Bro, they said this nigga's supposed to be nation. Bro, I'm gonna find that panel, bro. I'm gonna find that panel, bro. Not right now, but I'm gonna find that bitch, bro. I'm telling you.
Sure.
Bro. They was on that nigga's dick, bro. They made him out to be like he was supposed to be stopping
They
the
were
first
on
big
his
gate or the second big gate.
Yeah, he was.
Man, no.
I don't think that indicates that he's above anyone in that tier.
Yes, it does, bro. He was.
Why?
Bro, he was talking that cash, bro. They made it seem like he was gonna stop the gate by himself.
So we're not. So we're deviating from like actual. I'm asking like definitive proof that you're just saying because that's how it.
Nigga,
like,
but
what?
you said you were using statements too. You're the one that said.
I am using statements, but what you're referring to doesn't explicitly suggest he's above them. You're hyping it up, and I'm saying elaborate on hype, and then there's just nothing to really elaborate on that would definitively put him above them. I don't even have a problem really putting him above. Or are you talking about tier above? Is that what you want?
Yeah,
whatever.
The tier above
I don't have much of an issue doing that per se. I just don't think there's strong enough evidence for it.
I don't think Cargill can break through even with the orb, and I don't think that that Chahe can break through even with her speed.
All right, I'll wait for feats. Or statements. Yeah, but there's really no way to directly cross scale them. So I did go by other statements and other feats, and those would suggest that those people in the tier above are very explicitly above everyone else within those tiers below, whereas he's like ambiguously above them per the statements that are explicit. If you have other statements that suggest he could be higher, just send them. And then I will move him up accordingly. But from memory, which we both seem to agree on, his feats are obviously ass. And then some of the statements he has sound good, but when put under a lens, it doesn't entail much, at least in my opinion. But again, if you have the statements, you can just send them. And then I'll change it. The only statements that are called is from him. And then the people who were in his presence. They were like, yeah, this guy is fucking ridiculous when they got caught in his attack.
As long as you acknowledge that they was doing that. Like, they was hyping this nigga up cash money, bro.
What?
Like,
I never... Yeah, which is why he's in that tier. But the people who are hyping him up from the tier below, that I'm talking about at least, when they came across him and they're like, yeah, you're hot, you think you're hot shit, let's fight, he instantly put them in a chokehold. So obviously, I'm saying by that feat, he should be at least mid S rank because he's obviously low diffing... like typical S ranks.
Matter of fact, that moment is the exact in that same exact moment they were. I think it was this guy. No, that was Sung. Never mind. I was thinking of whenever Sung was in the office and they had pulled the gun on him because of whatever the fortune lady had said. The one American nigga was like petrified. He was like, if that was Andre, he would have killed all of us in a second. And I was about to use that as a feat to claim that Orlov was on the same ship, but it was a different moment. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Fuck, bro. Whatever, bro. It doesn't matter. It's just one nigga, and I don't really care. But all right, and then you got, bro. How do you have this dirty ass, weak ass cheek Japanese nigga above the nigga who took on Baron? How?
That's his bitch.
Are you talking about who? Are you talking about?
At the top of S class.
Who? Let me pull up the list. I don't. All right, let me scroll up. The top of the S. All right, repeat it. What you say?
It's high S rank.
No, but what are you asking?
That I don't think that guy's shown anything to be
Okay,
like,
so the chairman very explicitly puts him. I almost should have given him his own tier because the chairman directly has put him in a completely different dimension of power compared to his own. And Wu directly said on screen when he was fighting Baron, or like before he got to Baron, the girl who he was with asked him how other hunters compared to him, and he says that the chairman is on his level. It's that simple.
and
If
then
you
he
want to say,
beat Baron.
just pull it up. Okay, do I need to go over why he doesn't necessarily scale directly to Baron? He very clearly was below Baron.
No, I agree with that. I agree with you, bro. I agree with that particular aspect. We've seen it multiple times. That Sung isn't stronger than the people he beats a lot of times. We saw that with Idris specifically. I get that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think beating Baron is indicative of anything because we know where Baron scales comparatively to the King, and then we know how this Wu scales compared to other S ranks. He himself verbatim said that's not her name. The girl who's in love with him. He's like, yeah, she's probably within my range of power, but the chairman is like my equal, or I haven't surpassed him yet. We're only equals. He verbatim said that, and that was right before he fought Baron. And the other guy who's at the top of the tier was considered by the chairman to be in a completely different dimension of power compared to his own. Almost so that he thought he could potentially be a national level hunter. Obviously, he can't. We know that, but I'm simply saying his power is obviously in a completely different
Okay,
level.
but those claims, what we're talking about, because we have tangible evidence of not only him fighting or trying to spar up against Sung, but we also seen what Baron did up against this particular version of Sung, like how they fought.
Sure.
That guy's not comparing to him.
Completely different Sung than the one who fought Baron. Yes.
Say it again?
Think we need to. The Sun that easily overwhelmed the guy that we're talking about.
You think that's the no, nigga? Hell no, I'm not giving him that claim. 100%. This Sung could body that nigga. That Sung.
I just told you why he wouldn't, and then you're referring to feats that are not applicable to this version of the character. The Wu that easily held an edge casually over this is he? What is he? Chinese? Whatever he is.
No, he's supposed to be Japanese.
That easily hold edge over him is a completely different monster compared to the one that was fighting Baron. Per leveling up for one, and two.
Let me end this argument by asking: did this nigga how long did this nigga last against Garou? Was it immediate that he got killed?
I think Garou is significantly faster than Baron, if that's the implication that you're going.
Regardless, no, I'm saying Barou's a much stronger opponent. I think Barou's much stronger than Baron. So if this guy,
okay, then that doesn't help you. So then what? How does that?
That's what I'm trying to use to settle the argument. I'm not arguing against you. I'm trying to refix this list if there's issues here, and that's what I'm trying to compare because I don't think this nigga's good at all. But if he survived against Baron for a second or more than one attack, then cool, yeah, you got it. He should be at the top of that.
Okay, well, the reason why he could do that is because he literally is stated to be significantly above a character who's stated to be equal to Wu, who fought in that fight explicitly. And then if you want to refer to the only feat that he has in the story being when he literally loses to a character who you just admitted is significantly faster and stronger than Baron, then that's not even an anti-feat to suggest that he wouldn't be there.
What's this nigga's name?
I don't know. That's how much screen time he got. I don't remember his name. All I know, I could pull up the statement that the chairman made. He very explicitly suggests that he literally says that the guy's the strongest person. That I don't want to say bad, but he's the strongest S class up to that point, which would obviously put him above himself. And then he said, yeah, he's the one that's closest to reaching national level, which is obviously including himself in that statement. So he obviously isn't stronger than this person. And then we know by Wu's own admission that he and the chairman are literally on equal footing or relative footing, per his own word. So. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. It's just like Wu is the baseline here. Like Wu is the one making all these statements. So,
Goto Ryuji is who it is, and yes, Barou blitzed him and another S class, and took the other S class.
I think that enough suggests that he. Well, I don't think Barou's that much stronger at that point in time per Wu, but I think he's definitely faster.
Hold up, bro. Did you just tell me you don't think Barou's that much stronger than Goto Ryuji?
No, that's not. No, I'm talking about Baron. I'm saying I don't think he's significantly. At least when he first appeared, I don't think he's significantly stronger. I think he's obviously just significantly faster.
I like it because Baron had that versatility, bro.
Yeah, he's also just stated like when Wu compares Baron, when Wu compares Biru to him, he doesn't say like he's significantly stronger. He says he's about as strong. So I would imagine, like I think like if you put Baron. Also, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. So, cause you have a problem with me putting the architect above them, right? I don't know how you could believe that. That's the thing.
Wait, the architect above who? Oh, yeah, no, not the architect. I said the god statue.
Smiling. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah. I think it's completely obvious. I think he's way stronger and way more durable than Baron or Biru.
When I first mentioned that, the only thing that came to mind was which daggers had first failed up against its skin, but the type that he used in the first place was just like what was it like it was a skill that he used to help him pierce more. He didn't like stop using his blades. He kept using his daggers and then like just uses. What was the skill though?
He used mutilation, which was the attack that failed at first, and that same attack literally nearly killed Biru. So he's definitely more durable than Biru. And also, what's his name? Wu said that if
hold on, don't make it seem like that. He went ham with mutilate on Biru as well.
He did the same thing to him, but it's an obvious comparison. One of them nearly died, and the other one only had a few scratches on him. Literally, Wu said it himself. He said, "This
okay, so that's one aspect durability."
Anything. Huh?
That's one aspect durability.
Okay, so he is more durable because he can take attacks from a character that is explicitly stated and shown to be able to mutilate another character. Okay, he is more durable, and then he obviously is stronger because Wu said directly that if he got hit once by a single attack that he threw, that he would have been instantly dead. And Biru has never shown the capacity to have the capability of doing any harm.
Never mind, you got it. No. The song was hyping up the statue still.
Yeah,
low key was hyping up everybody still in the second time he went to the dungeon.
That's what I'm saying.
I would low key put all the statues in the dungeon at like.
Well, I don't.
Hey, I said it, bro. I said it. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, their other ones don't scale nearly as closely. Although they're definitely above the other A ranks because the S ranks were like they got shot on in that fight, so they literally lost to like the random statues. But it's fine.
All right, I guess yeah, that's justifiable. I'll let Goto sit there, but still, that song or Fire Coat song bit like nigga.
Okay.
And then. Which song, which picture is that from when?
What are you? I don't know what you're looking at. Are you streaming? Oh, you are streaming. Yeah. Hold up.
Now I'm at low national.
Or what are you?
I'm looking at architect. I'm looking at the song in between the architect. This is the one.
Yeah, that's the one that beat. That's the one that beat Biru and then fought the architect. Yeah.
Okay.
The one that was losing to the architect before he got his mumbo jumbo. Yeah.
Bet. Okay. And you got the Chinese nigga. Huh. I don't know. Oh, I don't. Okay. Because right now I'm thinking about the moment when he walked into the dungeon or like faced the architect.
Mm.
Was he stronger than the Chinese nigga and the two other fragments? So the chairman's a fragment form.
I think
and Andre's fragment form.
I think it's the. I don't think he's stronger than the guy at the top of that tier at all. For sure, I don't at all.
Andre in his
yeah, I don't. I think he would have shat on that Wu. All the other two, I think, is more debatable. You can move them down to tier, sure. It's kind of hard because they themselves like the people were like also debating it. They were like, "Is he really national rank yet?" It's like he I guess, but is he comparable to them? They're like, he might be. I don't. So I think you can make an argument.
What bothered me is that Cha-Hae-In was sitting there like holding out for a little bit up against the architect, or like any of the S class survived an encounter like inside of that dungeon.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
that really downplayed the architect. Dead ass.
It did. That'd be true. But like Wu directly said, like the architect was his equal, at least during their fight. So like, I don't. It's weird. Also, the reason why I have them. Actually, no, never mind. Well, no, that's just for Andre. I was gonna say because Andre like took attacks that literally one shot the architect, which is why obviously I put him significantly above the architect tier. But the other tiers they don't really have explicit feats other than just them being national level. And Wu was like debatably national level per like stables. They were like, yeah, he might be, he could be on par. So
See, that's the whole thing that like I'm disagreeing with you with because the implication of national level came a long time ago, bro. Like a long time ago.
the only time it was mentioned was in reference to Goto, but I think that's the only one that's very explicitly inaccurate. The other one, the same ones we're referencing now are comparing Wu directly to people who've already classified themselves as that level per having explicit showings to
Yeah,
suggest that they're
Andre.
that
Like
level.
whenever the reason why I'm saying there's a discrepancy there is because whenever Andre comes into the story, that's when we start first making the comparisons to what a national level hunter is, and it's before they actually fight Andre and Sung Jin Woo. That is that we clearly see that Sung Jin Woo is already or has been for a while been at national level.
But no. So when they started saying whether or not he was national level, it came right after he fought Baru,
Baru.
right? That's what you're referring to.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that is no. Yeah, I don't think he was. I think he could. Their whole point is like, yeah, he's reaching national level. Their perception of him is purely based off of that dungeon, and they're like, yeah, he could be. Then obviously he
No,
comes in
it's
person.
not.
I'm
Okay.
not done. I'm
Okay.
not done talking. And then he goes after, and then meets the black girl to get his power shit right. And then she's like, yeah, he's one of them. He can be one of them. And they ask her explicitly, is he national level? And she's like, yeah. I think he reaches national level then, and then obviously from there on, as of fighting the architect, he gets significantly stronger. But no one can account for that specifically because they obviously didn't know about it. It's why obviously Andre thought going into the fight that he was already stronger based off of his previous knowledge on Sung Jin Woo, and then he obviously has ass beat. That's typically the reoccurring thing. The same thing happened when he became S rank. He's like they first met him, they're like, yeah, he is S rank, and then literally like a chapter later, after Sung Jin Woo undergoes like something they literally don't know happened, they're like, yeah, we can't touch him. It's pretty much the same thing in my mind.
I think you're accrediting to what I'm saying that he is a particular level before they give an official declaration already.
Sure, but I don't think that point came when he fought Beru because they actually have the ability to gauge his power at that point. The reason why we can say they were inaccurate in hindsight purely came off of the fact that he got stronger from fighting Beru, which they obviously cannot account for. But I'm saying like everyone in national level would be able to, by statements, be able to replicate what he did in that thing. So if you want to say like they should move down a tier, I can agree with that. I already said that they could move down that tier, but they're absolutely relative. He's definitely not stronger than them.
You think Andre and the chairman was fighting Baru like that?
Andre would demolish 100%. But yeah, this isn't a debate. He not only is he stated, but he has defeats. He fought the Beast Monarch in
Bro, you don't
the
even got
same
Andre in his
form.
regular form on here, bro.
He's on the tier list. I just don't feel like ranking him on the. I mean, he's on the template. I just don't feel like ranking him on the tier list. It's not worth it. I don't know. It would just be me putting another national level hunter on the list. I don't care. I also only did one rank for the chairman. I have his other form where he like uses the power of whatever things in him, the light in him, but I just didn't feel like ranking it. I'll hold you.
Hold on, so the form next to the Chinese nigga is his dad?
What are you looking at?
Go to mid national level.
Are you? Is it what your thing is on? No, that's the other national level hunter that got killed by.
The first nigga, the fire nigga.
Yeah, the monarch of he got jumped. Yeah, him.
Oh, okay. Damn, bro.
Again, you can move him and the Asian to a tier below. They could be at the top of that tier, or like somewhere in the tier. That's fine, but I definitely think they're like that.
No, I'll give you
the other Andre. I think he's very explicitly way stronger.
Isn't he? They confirmed that, right? That the Asian nigga the Chinese nigga is a fragment of light.
Yeah. Yes. We never saw. Unfortunately, we never saw him fight, but you know. It is what it is.
Like he bodied some giants like pretty easily by himself. That was a big feat.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we're at high national level.
Mm.
Kamish was his name. Yeah, that's up there. That's crazy.
Well, all the dragons that are above him are literally dragons that literally destroy dragons that were stated to be on par with him, and then what's his name produced an attack more powerful than two of those dragons working together. So
with the orb.
Yeah.
And they were showing off and shit at the at Sung's like fucking powwow shit at the new castle.
Yeah.
I low-key I fuck with that Kamish with the Kamish part of the story or the lore or whatever. I fuck with it heavy. And like I was like doing my reread. I had forgotten how like they had progressed after facing some of the monarchs, by actually bringing out the Dragon King, and the majesty of the dragons, bro. Like that was
true.
I fucked with it, bro. Like that was the next scale for sure.
Yeah, man.
Damn, bro. They just needed more obstacles though. Like they ain't really like. If they would have came earlier, or if the monarchs didn't die that easily, then he actually could have like the dragons could have had a more pivotal role. But they just kind of seemed like additions to the army, like the giants were.
Literally, yeah.
That would have been badass though if he could have got like Kamish the first time that he got him. He just had that.
Yeah, they had a tendency of doing that. Kamish, and then that one, the Monarch of Giants, try to get him.
Yeah,
I wish we could have saw.
Yep. The Ice Elf, we couldn't get him.
Yeah. And then Vulcan. Did he try with Vulcan? I don't know. He just couldn't.
They couldn't because they're demons.
Yeah. And same thing for Baron. I really wish he had Baron. That would have been.
Bro.
Listen.
Man. I wouldn't have minded if he
would. Even the elf, like the elf, just leveling up would have been like broken.
Hell yeah, bro.
But
hell yeah, bro.
I think the elf's the biggest miss. Like I really wish he got the elf, high key. But whatever.
Nah, it's Vulcan for me.
I didn't really. I mean, he was pretty big too. That would have been pretty sick. It would have been sick.
That's how he was.
Like I'm fine with him. Like if they want to do like a proportionate to his strength kind of ish, like he obviously can't get certain people. That's fine. And then if you want to use that as justification for like the elf and shit, that's fine. But I think Vulcan, if they had just tweaked like the demon role, whatever, he could have just summoned that shit. Vulcan would have been, oof. Better.
Yeah, I still don't fucking know why. I guess it's like some like race type shit.
I don't understand it. But.
Probably some shit where like because he could control the poison monarch's insects. I was gonna say maybe it's like some tribal shit, but there's no goddamn reason. Even the dragon niggas, he can control the dragons. All right, so then moving on to high national levels for dragons is cool. The low monarch level. Isn't this the song that got into the Megazord form type shit, bro?
No, I don't even remember. I think that's art. I don't even remember that picture. Actually, no, it isn't. It's like when he first. I'm using this picture because I like it. By the way, it's not. But this is supposed to be, like the song that was fighting the Beast and Frost.
Ah.
I think he very explicitly does worse than his father. Once they ramp up their power, obviously I think he still held the edge over them individually, but collectively they obviously were too much. The father was able to fight those same versions of those characters, and he was obviously whooping their ass. And then the Ice Elf and the tier above, obviously he starts using his full power, then he just shits on them. And then the other guy also was holding back, as we see, like he has a completely different fucking like 100 times larger wolf form, so he's obviously significantly stronger than he was during that fight. And Igris is stated by the Frost Monarch technically to be a bigger threat to him than Garou was during that fight. If you want to be technical, that's what's stated. So, and that Garou literally broke through that Frost Giant's, like, I don't want to say it's his strongest attack, but I mean, it's the strongest attack he used that we saw. So, That's why I have Egrid there, because he's kind of stated to be like on a, at least to that Garou. That Garou, obviously, Garou gets stronger after that as he's ranked higher, obviously. But at that point in time, the implication from the Ice Elf was that, or Ice Monarch was that Egrid was like there. Egris, whatever. Fuck. And then the Beast Monarch kind of.
Yeah, the quote about like nah, fuck it, because I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I mean, at least that Garou was the first one to break through. But like,
and that, yeah, he did.
That Idris was the bigger threat. I don't remember that part.
Well, I think I can send a statement. And you could. This is how I initially interpreted it, because at this point in time, what's his name? He wasn't fighting. Garou wasn't fighting him. He was healing people, but he could sense Miru's power, and he also saw Miru break out of or destroy his meteor shower attack that was going to kill Sung Jin-woo's dad. So. I think everyone above that is explanatory, except for maybe the Monarch of what is it? The Monarch of Transfigurations.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I only put him there because
he got off screen, and it was after
said that like he barely beat him, and they fought, and that fight would have taken like chronologically.
I remember him saying it was troublesome.
Same thing, whatever. It's troublesome, and he has Egrid, Grand Marshal, his entire dragon army, and the hose, the sorcerers. Yeah, if that's a hard fight, then that guy's very clearly. That's why I put him, because obviously, I'm including his shit with him, as all the elves have. They obviously have their armies, and if their entire group could give him that hard of a fight, he's definitely clearing any tier below. Because no one below that could replicate that. Grand Marshal is literally the person right below that tier, and literally he, along with like hundreds of other people, like had a troublesome fight with him. So I think he definitely belongs there. Now that I'm thinking about it.
And you got the angels that killed the gods, right?
Yeah, I just put the god above because he's stated to not be like a combatant, but in terms of just like raw power, he's just obviously the strongest. That's the only reason he's there.
You gonna prove that, buddy?
I'm sorry, I forgot. We ignore the statements. My bad, G.
And you got the god form of Wu.
Did you read after, by the way? Like, did you? Because I know it stops at 185, like where he officially like everything kind of resets. But you know, after that they have like shit with his son. I didn't read that shit.
They do
it's
what?
Like, fuck it. So yeah,
was Sun Jin Woo's son?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. What? After 1-8? What? Hey, post the link so I can read that. I'll read that bitch right now.
I'll have to find it. I don't know where it's at. I've been getting like weirdly a lot of like, as soon as I finish reading Solo Leveling, I get like hundreds of like YouTube videos and shit, and they would refer to like, it's like a small like spin-off about his son, I think. And I was like, I didn't read this. I'm not reading it.
Like, no, I thought 200 was the end of the actual story. It never actually went to whatchamacallit, anything else after that.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, well, yeah. It's a teal straight. It's all right. Like,
yes, it is. Amen. I do a good job per usual. I'm telling you, bro. It's just.
In general, that shit was
with a verse like this. I think it's really easy with a verse like this because like it's so statement driven. But,
yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Like everything was like concrete. Like they were saying things matter of factly. There wasn't that much room for like speculation.
You know.
Graham, when are you gonna react to the chapters, bro?